Hey, it's Jordan with TYT and TYT Politics. I am here as the sun beams gloriously on me at Standing Rock at the main camp here. And I'm here with a gentleman who experienced the police brutality that's kind of been hanging over here for weeks, if not months. You were in a sweat lodge the other day at the other camp that is under the jurisdiction of the Fort Laramie Treaty. I'll just get it from you straight from the beginning. You were in the sweat lodge. This was on Thursday, correct?
Correct.
And obviously Thursday there was this very big standoff with police. They came in. They kind of ambushed you guys. Tell me what you experienced.
Well, I was inside the Sacred Sweat Lodge. We were praying for peace, and we were praying that everyone would come out of their invasion of the territory safe and secure.
So, you guys were in the sweat lodge. You were praying. The police just came in unannounced. And what did they say? What did they do?
I was in the sweat lodge praying and singing until they came up to the sweat lodge. I didn't know exactly where they were within our perimeter.
And what did they? Once they came, what happened? Did they tell you to get out? Did they just come in, uninvited?
They told everyone to stand down, and they said, "Is anyone in that sweatshop?" And at that time, my brother and I, who were praying, listened up, and they said, we said, "Come on out," and they began to demolish our sweat lodge while we were still in it praying.
And was it just you two, or other people were in there?
There were only two of us in there praying. It was myself and a 20-year-old young warrior brother of mine who is a direct descendant of Crazy Horse. He's his great-great-great-grandnephew.
So, obviously, when you're in prayer, it's a sacred ceremony. They're not supposed to disturb. Were they aware that you guys were in prayer, or did they just think you guys were doing something else?
I believe they were indifferent. They were definitely indifferent. We were in prayer, and by the time they told us to come out and they started demolishing the Sacred Sweat Lodge, it was just a matter of moments, and they pulled the young warrior out first, and then they grabbed a hold of me, and I was still within prayer, trying to finish my prayer, and they handcuffed me behind my back, and it was so tight and so hard that it left bruises on both my biceps.
Still have them?
Yes.
You got a pretty still fresh yellow bruise there, and one that's kind of blackened with yellow and black.
Behind my back so tight that it was like a wishbone. My shoulders were pulled back, and they rushed me in the back of a four-wheel drive assault dune buggy, and rushed me back to the to their place where they were all stacked up.
Did they read you your rights?
My rights were not read to me until 2.5 days later, when I was arraigned by a judge via video.
And when they arrested you, did they say what they are arresting you for?
No, they said nothing to me.
And when they demolished the tent, what did they do? Just kind of with billy clubs hitting it? How did they take down the tent?
They ripped the covers off, and they started pulling it apart. Mind you, this is very sacred red willow. It has great medicine and great meaning to the Lakota people.
And while this was going on, tell me about what was going on all over, because on social media, you see photos of kind of a widespread ambush. Was this happening around you to other tents, to other sweat lodges?
I do not know. I spent 2.5 hours praying. We had nearly 3 rounds in at that time, and that's when they came upon the sweat lodge as we were praying. Until they had me down on my face, mind you, I was in ceremony, so I was minimally dressed. They still had their weapons pointed at me with their fingers on the trigger. Surrounded, there might have been 15 or 20 of them with their weapons drawn at me,
What kind of weapons?
AR-15s. I sort of liken it to having the police around the Vatican pull the Pope out, assault him, and burn it down. That's exactly what they did to us. But being a Native American, they consider us less than people and treat us the same.
Tell me your story a little bit. How long have you been here? Where are you from, and what brought you here?
I'm from Michigan, and I powwow with the Anishinaabe. Anishinaabe means those who walk softly upon the earth.
We see a lot of the bad, the confrontation, what they're doing, but I see a lot of beautiful things here as well. Can you kind of talk about being here for a month, what the morale is, what the community is like? I hear from people saying I got here, I didn't know anyone, and within 10 minutes I had family. Can you talk to me about your experience?
Yes, basically the same thing. I no more than got here, and I was greeted with a big welcome, and people just came over and without asking just began to start helping me unload, unpack, get set up. It's a sister and brotherhood. This is a very prayerful movement. Prayer is our protection, and the powers that be have nothing that can compete against prayer. We have prayer. They have violence. They would love to do everything they can to incite violence. In fact, if you look all around, you will see scorched earth. They attempted to start fires, I believe, in my opinion, to burn us out of here.
You look at the scenes of America's history, the Vietnam protests, of recent years, Occupy Wall Street. You see the violence against black people. A lot of people knew their history among Native Americans. I knew my history, how this country was formed, but they weren't until now actively thinking about the continued violence, mistreatment, robbery, genocide of Native Americans. Beyond Standing Rock, beyond this situation, what do people need to know about the Native American plight and what the Native American tribes here are dealing with and never stop dealing with?
It's genocide. It's cultural genocide, social, political, economic genocide, and, of course, genocide, as we all know, the elimination of Native Americans. If you look back at the U.S. Census, you'll see in the year 1500, the U.S. government claims there's between 50 to 80 million First Nations members in the continental United States. If you look at the census of 1920, you'll see there's less than 800,000. Do the math. That's almost 99% of all First Nations lost to genocide.
And you're prepared to be here indefinitely?
Yes, I plan to be here until this is finished or they drag my body out of here. I will be here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.